Cell phones, they serve many purposes. Communicating with friends, like using social media apps like Instagram, Snapchat, and some games like the popular game Fortnite. Cell phones can be very useful in many different types of situations, like communication with friends.
Hey man, you wanna hang out tonight?
Yeah, bro, what time?
I don't know, but I mean, I can text you when I get home.
I bet.
I bet.
Use in case of emergency.
I think I broke my leg. I need to call 911. What's your emergency? You broke your leg? We're sending an ambulance on our way right now. Sir, you got your call. Come on. Bro. Just come on, get in the ambulance, sir. Leave the steering wheel. Oh.
But sometimes phones could be used as a distraction. But sometimes phones could be used to cheat in either tests or quizzes. We also interviewed some teachers to get their opinion on phones in school. Do you think phones should be allowed in school?
Yeah, I think they should. Phones are pretty cool. You go ahead. Phones are pretty good to use with technology because we're in the technology world. So yeah, phones should be used in school and in class as well. Because me personally, I use them in class as well. So yeah, phones should be in school.
Schools could do to control students' phone usage.
I think that students need to be more responsible, and I think they should be more respectful in regards to phones. So if a teacher says, hey, put it away, they should put it away instead of playing Fortnite or PUBG. So I think the main thing is respect, and also there should be consequences with that respect as well. Because if there's any disrespect in regards to using a cell phone, they should pay the consequences.
What do you think schools could do to control students' phone usage?
I personally don't think that phone usage should be controlled. I think that we as a staff should teach students how to better use phones instead of just banning them altogether.
Okay, so what are your opinions on phone usage in school?
I think phones could be a really valuable learning tool in school. However, I do think that some kids don't use them responsibly in school, so they can become a distraction. But when they're used responsibly and used for curricular things, I think they can be a really big benefit.
Okay, how do you think phone rules in school can change? How do you think students could use their phone in better ways?
Well, I think that one thing that would be nice is if we consistently enforced the rules. I think in the handbook it says phones are supposed to be off during the day, but I know a lot of kids don't turn their phones off during the day, so I think we need to enforce that rule so that to help kids not be distracted by their phones. Another possibility could be to keep phones in lockers until lunch or until the appropriate time, or if the teacher needs it for a learning activity, then obviously they could have it.
Okay, and do you think that phone usage in our generation is going to affect us in the future?
I think it could have positive and negative effects. I think that students and teenagers are very into their phones and sometimes very distracted, but also adults are as well, even just as much as teenagers. And I think that sometimes that can be a detriment to us as far as having to really practice those face-to-face social skills because we're very used to socializing on our phones instead of in person. But I also think it can help connect us with the world, using social media to connect with people all over for personal things, for socializing, but also for work and school. I think it has a lot of benefits that if they're used responsibly.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You're welcome, thanks.
Okay, what are your opinions on phone usage in school?
Well, I think phone usage in school is important because it's what the generation is all about. And we have to know when to use it appropriately, when is it social time, and just kind of teach children when those times are, when we should use it, and when we shouldn't be using it.
Okay. Do you think, like, is there a way for teachers or the school to help the students better use their phones in class?
Yes, I totally agree. They could be using QR codes to upload things, have them do scavenger hunts, go around doing interviews, taking pictures, things like that that they can share, make presentations from their phone, and share that with other students. It's accessible to them, so then they are able to get on and change a doc or fill out a form. So it can be used for many wonderful reasons and opportunities, but I know it's hard for teachers to also monitor and supervise because so many students are very tech savvy and can get around what the teacher's wanting to do something that they want to do. So it is a fine balance, but also making sure students understand that the teachers are doing this as a like to help you guys out and to not take advantage of that, and then the students need to be respectful and just do what they're asked to do and have maybe social time later.
Okay, last question. Do you think phone usage is gonna affect our generation in like a good or bad way in like our future?
I do feel that it will affect it, but the generation, the first time I got a cell phone was, I'm 32, or 33, I forget, 33, and the first time I got mine wasn't when I was 16. And it changed our generation because of how we communicated with each other. That was when texting was big. But with you guys, I see it's just getting more and more advanced. And the only drawback I see, there's so many positives that you guys learn. I mean, you have the world at your fingertips in a cell phone. So that's a positive, that you can answer any question you have, you can communicate with anybody you want around the world.
Do you think phones should be allowed in school?
Yes. Yes.
What do you think schools should do to control students' phone usage?
I don't know. They should just let us be on it, to be honest with you.
Do you think students using phones in school is going to affect our generation in the future?
No.
Okay, thank you.